Hi, I'm Brendan Moran with Creek Currents, and welcome to the annual State of the City. And of course, joining me to talk about the State of the City is Mayor Justin Wedel. Mayor, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So the obvious question first is, what is the state of the city?
The state of the city is doing well. You only have to look across the city to see how well we're doing, whether it's the $250 million investment concluding in Broadway Plaza, or GOTS, or Amazon, or Apple. Throughout the city, the state of the business community as well.
So obviously, let's talk a little bit about that. Economic development is one of the issues that the council is taking on. Can you just talk to me a little bit about what's going on there?
Well, we're doing a myriad of things. The first of which we're redoing our economic development strategic plan, and we've realigned our staff in order to accomplish that.
Is there a startup program in the works that I'm familiar with? Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
There is. You're referencing the 2018 Startup and Resident Program. And Walnut Creek, we were proud to be one of 8 cities throughout the country that were selected in order to participate in a program that allows startups, we're known for our startups in this area, to complete tasks that staff comes up with. One of the things that they're going to be working on is a program, an online community program that allows individuals to apply for parking permits.
That's great. Cool. Like California and the United States in general, Walnut Creek has its fair share of aging infrastructure. And I'm wondering, does the council have any ideas on how to tackle that in the coming year?
Well, I wish we had the silver bullet answer, but of course we do not. But one of the things that we are doing, just like any other municipality, we have a lot of aging infrastructure. In fact, in the United States, we have over $5 trillion in infrastructure debt. Walnut Creek is part of that amount. We, at the council level, we have taken this as one of our major priority items that we're going to be focusing on, and we're analyzing our infrastructure, and we've come up with 4 facilities in which we're going to be addressing the Heather Farm Community Center, Civic Park Community Center, Clark Swim Center, and Shadelands Art Center. And so the council is working through a process to determine what programs we're going to provide at those facilities and what, if any, facilities will be upgraded.
Mayor Wedel, another council priority is finding a realistic way to address homelessness. Can you talk to me about that?
Sure. Well, this is one of the things I'm most proud of on the council. As those that have been following this at the council level, I've actually shared a very personal story. My family has a history of homelessness. My uncle has actually been homeless most of my life. So I'm very proud and appreciate the efforts that this council is putting forward to find realistic action and solutions to solving homelessness problems in our community. We have taken a myriad of actions to assist on this topic. We partner with the Trinity Center to have winter night shelter for the last few years, which provides a winter shelter for homeless individuals to spend the winter nights. They also combine efforts with the Trinity Center. It's a partnership where they get job training and try to find housing, and of course provide for basic needs like food and showers and so on. We've also invested in what's called the CORE program, which we partnered with the City of Concord, which goes around and addresses homelessness issues where the homeless actually are and tries to get them into services that are provided by the county.
Regionally, we have seen a lack of affordable housing being in the news a lot more. Can you talk to me about what Walnut Creek is doing about that?
Walnut Creek has a very long tradition of promoting and ensuring that affordable housing is happening in our community. We have an in lieu fund, or an in lieu fee, that these developments, a majority of them, are paying into, and then we leverage those funds in order to support nonprofits in our community to build affordable housing, whether it's the Trinity Center or many of the other low-income housing that you see going on around our community. A lot of those are actually paid for, at least partially, by the large-scale market rate developments that are going on in Walnut Creek.
Mayor Wedel, I want to ask you about yourself, if you don't mind. I'm curious, what got you interested in running for city council in the first place?
I've always been interested in giving back to this community. My wife and I had the honor of moving to Walnut Creek in 1998, and we've enjoyed it ever since, and I'm raising 2 young daughters here. And I was looking a way to use my skills, and when I decided to run for office, I believe that there was an extreme need for individuals with my background, both in technology and in finance, and I decided to run.
The last question is, and you've spoken about this before, is a need to bring up leaders for the future, especially people who are going to help see Walnut Creek through the next generation. Tell me, why is that important to you?
Well, at the end of the day, our next generation are going to be our next leaders. And I think that we as a community, and really we as a society, do not invest heavily enough in that. There was a book called Running from Office that detailed how a large percentage of individuals, younger individuals, would never run for office. I believe it was 89%. Mm-hmm. That is a scary percentage when you're whittling down the potential pool to only 11% of our younger individuals. I think we need to, as a community, both locally and regionally and nationally, we need to be promoting the next generation to take over when you and I are not here. If you look across this council, it's no surprise that I happen to be the youngest one. In fact, I'm one of the youngest mayors in our history. And I think that needs to be promoted more. We need to encourage younger individuals of your and my generation to get involved, actively participate, and lean in and provide the value in which I'm providing to this community.
Mayor Wedel, so if somebody is interested in getting involved, what would you suggest?
Well, there's many ways that people can get involved. Of course, volunteering is always option number one in my opinion. There's many nonprofits out there that would be more than happy to take youth to elderly individuals willing to volunteer. But of course, from a city perspective, there's lots of ways that you can get involved, whether it's the youth commission if you happen to be in high school, or a commissioner. You happen to be a commissioner. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
There's a police cadet program or reserves. There's CERT. From arts to development, there's some way for you to get involved.
Wonderful. Well, there's a lot to think about there. Thank you very much, Mayor Wedel, for your time.
It was my pleasure.